more on Ion Tech. Xbox has a new president. Her name is Sarah Bond. She's formerly the company's corporate vice president. There she is, BA Economics Yale, MBA Harvard, started a career at McKinsey, former VP at Xbox. Now she's president, sits on multiple boards, and she is the first Black woman to run a major gaming segment at a large company. So this, of course, has been making news in the tech space. What else is going on in the tech space? Crowdivest, according to Tech Cabal, Crowdivest is proposing to convert $7.7 billion worth of debt to equity. As we know, of course, the company has been trying to settle some outstanding payments to some of its investors that invested in the company. Crowdivest, of course, parent of Farm Crowdy. They've been trying to sort that out. So we want to check out how viable that is. Who better than Oler Oladele, founder of the Money Wit Club, giving out personal finance advice there. Ola, you're very welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me today.
What do you make of this debt to equity conversion that Tech Cabal says Crowdivest is looking at, according to documents that they've seen?
So I think it's good from a company perspective. Equity is more sustainable, is longer term. It gives them stability to actually allow the business thrive. So generally, with a business that is shaky, equity is needed. With debt, you need capital, you need cash. You need to pay out, you have payouts over a period, right? Or regularly. But with equity, you can leave the money to allow the business grow, stabilize, and then start paying out dividend. And then the fact is, with equity, if the business goes down, everybody, it's over, right? But with debt, you still have that obligation to pay people back.
What about from the investor side, those who have been waiting on their payments?
Of course, for the investor, I expected a 9 months payback,
right.
And you are telling me to turn into equity, which is long term. Obviously, and with the current situation, obviously, equity will be long term. It can't be a 1 year, 2 year project. What it means is that potentially your return or your capital will come back to you after a longer period, if it does come back.
Yeah.
Because once you agree to convert from debt to equity, then the standard terms around equity apply, such that if they try and in 3 to 5 years' time they find out that it didn't work out, it's over. Is
this a reminder that the Agre tech online platform invests money, gets a rice that is being grown somewhere in another state, that this model is shaky, or was this a unique situation? What do you make of the whole online?
I want to believe that everybody knows that it's a very shaky sector, right? Agric in itself is viable, but Agric is also very risky. Because Agric is one of those things that ties directly with the economy and the society. By economy, I mean if people are not manufacturing, if people are not producing enough for the goods for the farm produce not to waste, Agric is affected. And if, for example, you can't transport from one state to another, Agric is affected. So it's one of those things that is highly correlated with the society and the environment, such that if you are guaranteeing return, it is actually very high risk, because you must deliver on that promise regardless of what happens.
Aha. Guaranteed returns. There is a video making the rounds on Twitter, I believe, from some Forex company that is offering, I think we've got the numbers. They're offering, if you invest 25 million, is it 26? Let's put those figures up. If you get 25 million, you get 40 back. If you invest 55 million, you should get about 80 million back or so. So that's the video that the person is talking about. I want us to put up the numbers and what they're talking about. So what do you make of this as far as scrutinizing red flags for investment? So it's 40 million, earned 40 million from 28 million invested. That's a 42.86% return. 80 million from 55, which is a 45% in 4 weeks. Ola, what if your Money Wit Club members come to you and say, what do you think?
This is close to armed robbery, literally like armed robbery. So let me explain it, and I mean so that people can understand, and when they see these things, they can identify when it doesn't add up.
Yeah.
The fact is that FX trading is viable, full stop.
Right.
But I started my career as a trader. I can tell you for free that the nature of trading is that if you make money today, right, you can lose money tomorrow.
Right.
So the moment someone starts guaranteeing return on something like FX, know for a fact that the person either doesn't understand the risk or the person just wants to take your money. Gotcha. One of the two.
Gotcha. I think we have those red flags. You put up those red flags as well. So guaranteed return one.
Guaranteed return.
Outside.
And then exorbitant return, because
Right.
I mean, that is worse than money doubling. In
Right.
4 weeks, we will all be billionaires. I mean, why are we all here? You know, so it's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
And why, if I could do that, why am I doing it for you?
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Hopefully we'll get those red flags up. But what's the investment advice that you have for folks who are looking into 2024 and beyond? Where are people putting money?
The first thing you need to do before you even start thinking of where to put money in is to calm down. Don't try to double your money. That's one of the worst things. It gets you off on the wrong track.
Yeah.
But when you agree and you calm down, the fact is that the Nigerian stock market, for example, has done very well this year.
Yeah.
If your stock selection is actually very good, you would be very, very happy right now on the capital gains side and on the dividend side of things. So the stock market is good. The bonds market, bonds are getting as high as 15, 17%. What are we looking for?
Right.
Treasury bills are 13, right? The real estate market is still growing. You know, and then even as much as we know that the venture capital space is highly risky, but there are actually a lot of companies that are bringing out good solutions that can actually give you some very good returns in the future. But the major thing, you need to calm down. That money doubling in 4 weeks is going to get you into trouble.
Into serious trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, really quickly before I let you go, women in tech, what do you make of Sarah Bond and her promotion to, I guess, the first black woman running a big gaming division over at Xbox?
I totally love it, because one of the things I realize, and I think we all agree in life, is that what you see is what you reproduce. So every time you see someone in a space and you see that I look like this person, I'm a black woman, I'm young, I've gone to school, blah, 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 and you see them entering those spaces, it gives room in people's minds to begin to enter into those spaces, right? So every time you see that, it's totally exciting. And of course, tech is one space where a lot of more guys are in. So there's this
tech
thing,
bros,
you know. So we need to build a massive community of Texas,
right.
You know, to build for more women. But I think things like this inspire other younger women to say, "Let me go for it."
Great stuff. Oler Oladele, founder of the Money Wit Club. Thank you so much for the personal finance advice today. Nobody should be greedy. Money doubling doesn't work. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.